Hi everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Usetale, and on today's tutorial video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to go about drafting this mermaid skirt with a front slit and a cut together back tail. So this is the front pattern that I drafted out. You can see this is the slit and this is how it is looking like after I was done modifying it. So this is the back pattern. I'm going to be using the back pattern to cut on fold when I'm cutting on my fabric. So this is what I'll be teaching you guys on how to draft today. If it is something you're interested in, please keep on watching, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started with the tutorial video.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
Welcome back, guys. To draft this pattern, the first thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and rule a line here, which is going to serve as my starting line. After doing that, I'm going to place my tape on the starting line. Then I'll measure to the hip length, which is 10 inches. Then I'll take it to the knee line, which is 20 inches. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the full length of the skirt, which is 45 inches. So guys, after you're done marking them out, you're going to go ahead and rule the horizontal lines. So guys, now that you are done doing that, this is the hem line. You label it the hem line. So this part here is the knee line. This is the hip line. And we have the starting line, which is also the waistline. So guys, after doing that, you're going to come to the starting line. I'm just going to label it the waistline. So we label it the waistline. You're going to come to the waistline here. You're going to take your round waist measurements divided by 4. Then you will add 1 inch for the dart. After doing that, you're going to come to the hip line and take your round hip measurements divided by 4. Then you will come to the knee line and take your round knee measurement divided by 4 as well. Another way of getting your round knee measurement is by taking away 1.5 inches or 2 inches from what you took as your round hip measurement, then you take it on your round knee line. This is for a case where you didn't remember to take your client's round knee measurement. Go ahead and do it like that. Now I'm going to connect these 3 dots with my hip curve. So guys, after doing that, now the next thing you're going to do is to measure what you have on the knee line, just like this. Then you're going to take exactly the same thing on the hem line. Then you're going to go ahead and use your straight ruler to connect it just like this. Now that we are done doing that, now I'm going to come to the waistline. I'm going to mark out the dart. So to do that, I'm just going to come here and take my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus half inch. So I'm marking 4.5 inches. Then come down a little bit and mark the same thing. Then I'm going to come down by 5 inches, which is the length of how long I want the front dart to be. Okay, then go ahead and rule a straight line just like this. After you're done doing that, then you're going to take half inch on both sides of this line. Then you're going to go ahead and connect your darts. After you are done doing this, you cut it out. So guys, this is what you're going to have after you are done cutting. So this is the front piece. I'm just going to label it the front. Now I'll place this front piece on another pattern paper to trace out the back. So this is the pattern paper I'll be using for the back. So I'll just place the front piece on it. Remember to leave space here for the zipper allowance. So just go ahead and place it like this and pin it down. After you're done doing that, now you're going to extend the hip line. You also extend the knee line. So guys, after doing that, now I'm going to mark out the zipper allowance. So on the waistline here, I will mark 1.5 inches. Then I'll come to the hip line and mark 2 inches. 2 inches on the hip line, 1.5 on the waistline. Then you're also going to mark 1.5 on the nail line. Then go ahead and connect it. The reason why I marked 2 inches at the hip line is for me to actually give it allowance for my butt to sit perfectly. I don't want the back to be flat, okay? So when you do it like this, the back is going to have that allowance where your butt is going to sit perfectly and to give you that shape. So after connecting, you're going to also mark 1.5 inches here and also on the hemline. Then you're going to rule a straight line. So guys, now that you are done doing that, this is what you're going to have. Now I'm going to mark out the 1.5 inches that I marked in all other places. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect it. Just watch very carefully what I'm doing. You will understand, okay? Did you see what I just did? I'm just ruling out the zipper allowance separately, okay? So this is it. This is what you're going to have. You can see the half-inch difference that I added to the back, okay? So go ahead and label it the zipper. Now after you are done doing this, you will cut it out. This is what you're going to have after you are done cutting. Now I'm going to mark out the dart on the back piece. So I will just use the front dart to mark out the dart on the back piece, just the way you see me doing. Then go ahead and rule it out. The back dart is going to be as long as 6 inches. So just measure 6 inches and mark it. Then go ahead and connect your darts just like this. Now that you're done doing this is what you're going to have. The front and the back pieces are ready. Okay, so just place the front piece aside and label this the back. If we were to be making a long straight skirt, we will just use this pattern to trace on our fabric and that's it. But this is a mermaid skirt, so I'm going to be modifying these patterns in order for us to draft out the mermaid skirt. So to do that, I'm just going to come here and I will divide what I have here into two. Then you're also going to come to the hemline and do the same thing. So this is the front piece that I'm modifying right now, okay? So just measure the same thing, then go ahead and rule a straight line. After you're done doing that, then you cut it open just like this. Now when you get here, you will cut it to the side. This is the side, or this is not the center front, so cut it to the side like this. Then after cutting, this is what you're going to have. So I'll be able to spread it however I want it to be. So to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and bring a fresh pattern paper. So this pattern paper that I have right here is folded into two, like it is on fold. So I want to use this to cut it out so that I'll be able to show you guys the slit and everything. So just place the front pattern paper on it like this and go ahead and pin it down. So after doing that, now it's time to spread. This totally depends on how wide you want your mermaid skirt to be. So for my case, I'm going to be spreading it using 9 inches. You can choose to use 10 inches, 11, 12, even 13 inches. It totally depends on how wide you want it to be. So I'm spreading this with 9 inches. So I'm just going to pin it down. Now I'm going to measure what I have from here all the way to the end. So just measure what you have from here to the length of the skirt. So I had 26 inches, as you can see. Now I'm just going to use 26 inches to mark just the way you see me doing. So just mark 26 inches like this all the way to the end. Then after doing that, you will use your hip curve to connect the dots. Now go ahead and trace this out. So guys, after cutting, this is what you're going to have. So go ahead and remove all the pins and remove the pattern paper as well. So now this is our modified front piece, okay? So go ahead and label this the front piece. I'm just going to open it on the table right now to show you guys how it looks like. Can you see? So this is the modified front piece. Can you see how the mermaid looks like? So it's not too wide. This is how I want it to be. So if you wanted yours to be wider, if you had used like 13 inches, it would be way wider than this. But this is exactly what I was going for. I don't want it to be too wide. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out the slit, and I want the slit to be on my right hand side. So I'm just going to bring the pattern paper that we use in modifying the front, this first pattern paper, then I'll just mark out the nail line just like that. Then I'm going to rule a straight line. So this part that I'm working on right now is the right side of this pattern paper, and I want the slit to be on the right side. So just divide what you have here into two. So half of it is 4 inches. So go ahead and take 4 inches on the hemline like this, and you use your straight ruler to connect it. Mark 4 inches here as well and connect it with your straight ruler. Then after you are done doing that, you're just going to come here and just curve out a little curve. Guys, can you see what I'm doing? I'm just using my free hand to make a little curve here. So this is very easy. You don't need ruler to be doing this. Then after making that curve, I'll come to the hemline here. I'll mark half inch here, and I'll also mark half inch here. Then I'm going to use my straight ruler to connect from the curve to meet the half inch. You can see the slit is not supposed to be too open. So that's why I'm doing it like this. If you want your slit to be way open than this, you can choose to use 1 inch to cut it out. So just go ahead and cut it out the way you see me doing. So guys, after cutting, this is what you are going to have it looking like. So I decided to raise up the slit a little bit because when I measured on my body, I prefer the slit to be around 18 inches. And you know, this line where I took the slit was the nail line and it was 20 inches. So I just went up by 2 inches to give me the 18 inches, and I connected the line. Then just go ahead and do the same thing that I did earlier. Just use your free hand to make the curve, then connect it just like this. Then you're going to cut it out. So if you don't want your slit to be high like my own, you can choose to leave the slit the way I did it the first time. You don't need to, extend it. But I wanted mine to be a bit high. That was why I extended it. So this is it, guys. This is how you are going to go about drafting the front piece. So this is all about the drafting of the front piece. Now it's time for me to modify the back piece. To do that, I just extended the nail line just like that. Then I'm also going to go ahead and divide what I have here into two from the zipper allowance line. So go ahead and divide what you have into two and rule a straight line just like that. Then after you are done doing that, you're going to open it just like this as well. Now you're going to open it to the two sides. So first of all, open it to the side like this. Then you're also going to open it to the zipper allowance side. Did you see? Just like this. Then after you're done doing that, now I will bring a fresh pattern paper and I'll put it on top of my fresh pattern paper in order for me to modify it. So this pattern paper is not going to be enough. So I'm just going to be making use of the length for now. So this space up here that is not enough, just leave it. We are going to work on that later. So to do this now, the first thing I'm going to do, you can see I have space on the two ends of my new pattern paper where I will be able to spread it. So this back piece is at the middle of my new pattern paper. Did you see? Now go ahead and pin it down like this. Make sure it is straight, okay? Then after pinning it down, you're going to rule a straight line. So this is the middle line that I'm going to be working with. Now, after reeling that line, I'm going to go ahead and spread the side just the same way I spread the side of the front pattern paper. Okay, so I used 9 inches. So I'm also going to be spreading this side here with 9 inches. So from the middle line, so just mark 9 inches and go ahead and pin it down. So I'm just going to use my tape to tape everything down the other side. So just tape it down like that. Now I'm just going to measure what I have from here all the way to the end. I will mark it here and I will use it to mark it on it just the way you see me doing, just the same way we did for the front piece. So just get to this end, then you use your hip curve to connect the dots. So now the next thing I want to do is to spread this other side. To do that, I'm just going to remove the pins I use in holding it down. So I will just open it like this. This is going to be the tail, okay? So the cut together tail I was talking about. So this is going to be it. I'll be spreading this open using 13 inches. So the spread we did for the side was 9 inches, but for the tail, I will be spreading it using 13 inches. So go ahead and mark 13 inches and mark it down. So guys, this totally depends on how wide you want it to be. If you want it to be wider than this, you can spread it with more than 13 inches. You can even spread it with up to 15 inches. There are even bigger ones you can spread with up to 20 inches. So I just went ahead to tape them down as you can see me doing. Now I'm going to be extending this area here. So just use your sellotape to, sellotape it like that. Now I'm going to cut out the excess. Then I will use it and put at the middle here to close up this gap. Did you see? Then go ahead and use your sellotape to sellotape everything together. So guys, after doing that now, the next thing I'm going to do is to come to the end here. I'm just going to, you know, connect the lines. Before I do that, I will come here and I will come down by 2 inches. I'll be adding extra 2 inches to the initial length of this part, okay? So I decided to make it 3 inches instead. So I added extra 3 inches to the initial length that I have. Then after doing that, I'm going to come to this area here. I'm just going to measure it just the way I did for the front part before. So just measure what you have like this and mark it. So you are just going to connect it to meet the back. So it's as if the first connection we did was not right. So you can see how I'm doing it right now. So just go ahead and connect it like this. Then you connect it to meet the other end. Now that I'm done doing that, I'm going to cut it out. So guys, after cutting, this is what you're going to have. I will just use my sellotape to tape this part and this part down. So my sellotape has finished. I'll just manage what I have remaining. So just divide it and use it and tape these two sides down. So guys, now this is what you're going to have. This is the back piece that we have modified. Can you see how it is looking like? You can see how the curve came out. So guys, this is it. This is all about the drafting or the modifying of the back piece. So when I'm cutting on fabric, I'm going to be using the back piece to cut on fold when I'm cutting on fabric. So this is it. This is all about the drafting of this mermaid skirt with cut together tail. We've come to the end of this tutorial video. So in my subsequent videos, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I'm going to use these pattern papers to probably sew a skirt or a dress. I don't know what I'll be using it to sew yet, but I'll definitely use them to make something in my future videos. So if you don't want to miss that video, stick around, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that when my next video drops, you will be notified. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to share this video. I will see you all in my next one.